Today we will be replacing the display assembly on the iPhone X. Be sure to use the Werx repair mat to keep all screws organized. Some screws have the same size head but contain different lengths and can be easily misidentified during reassembly. Required tools: anti-static mat, anti-static wristband, iPhone X repair mat, heating pad, magnetizer, suction cup, spudger, plastic opening tool, pentalobe and tripoint screwdrivers, and safety glasses. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from any glass shaken free during the repair. Always wear the anti-static wrist strap when repairing a device. This will prevent static charges from being discharged onto the device's logic board, which will cause irreversible damage to the device. Be sure that the Werx repair mat is located above your work surface. Before starting the repair, be sure that the device is powered off. To power off the iPhone X, hold the volume down and power button at the same time until the slide to power off option appears. With your pentalobe screwdriver, remove the bottom two screws from the device. Place each screw in the correct area on the Werx repair mat. Power on your heating pad and set to 75 degrees Celsius. The iPhone X screen is held onto the device with a strong adhesive. Place the device onto the heating pad for approximately 2 minutes. This should be enough time to loosen the adhesive under the screen. Holding the device with the charging port up, press the suction cup onto the bottom left corner of the device. While holding the iPhone with one hand, pull up on the suction cup with your thumb to slightly separate the front panel assembly from the rear case. With the plastic opening tool inserted, use a spudger to slightly separate the display assembly away from the frame. Use caution to not damage any flex cables inside of the device. Take your time and apply firm, constant force. The display assembly is a much tighter fit than most devices. Reheat on the heating pad as resistance increases. Use extreme caution when sliding along the right-hand side of the device, as the display assembly cables are located here. Lift the display assembly from the left-hand side to open to the right. Clear any adhesive that strings across the device. Do not lay the screen flat. This flex cable is critical for the device's sensor function. Once the device is open, check the LCI located on the back of the screen. If the LCI appears slightly pink or red, the device has encountered damaging amounts of liquid and should not be repaired. Remove the following 5 tri-point screws securing the front panel assembly cable bracket. These screws are different sizes. Ensure that they are placed onto the correct location on the Werx repair mat to prevent board level damage from occurring. Remove the front panel assembly cable bracket from the logic board. Use the flat end of a plastic spudger to disconnect the battery flex cable. Use caution to prevent damaging components that surround this connector. Disconnecting the battery ensures that the device is powered off and will not power on during the remainder of the repair. Use the flat end of a plastic spudger to disconnect the digitizer flex cable connector. Use the flat end of a plastic spudger to disconnect the display flex cable connector. Using the flat end of a plastic spudger, disconnect the earpiece speaker/sensor assembly flex connector. Use extreme caution when handling this flex cable connector, as damaging it will result in permanent loss of the Face ID function. Gently pry the flex cable away from the adhesive using the flat end of your plastic spudger. Remove the display assembly. Remove any remaining adhesive from the edge of the frame using a plastic spudger. Remove the following 3 tripoint screws, securing the earpiece speaker/sensor assembly to the screen. These screws are different sizes. Be sure to place them on the correct space on the Werx repair mat. Notice that the middle tripoint screw has a gold grounding bracket. Gently pry the flex cable away from adhesive using the flat end of your plastic spudger. Place the screen back onto the heating pad for approximately 1 minute. This will help loosen the adhesive holding the ear speaker/sensor assembly. Gently pry the remainder of the flex cable away from the display assembly using the flat end of your spudger. Use extreme caution when removing the ear speaker/sensor assembly. Damaging the flex cable will permanently damage the Face ID function of the device. Remove the protective film from the new display assembly. Install the earpiece speaker/sensor assembly. Be sure that the 3 sensors are properly seated into the holder connected to the screen. Reinsert the 3 tripoint screws into their corresponding locations. Do not forget to reinstall the gold grounding bracket on the middle tripoint screw. Locate the frame adhesive. Match the orientation of the adhesive by aligning the front camera and sensor cutouts. Remove the bottom layer of the protective plastic covering the adhesive. This is indicated by the plastic containing a tab. Lay the adhesive onto the device, aligning the cutouts. Use the flat end of a plastic spudger to help apply pressure to bond the adhesive to the frame. Carefully remove the top layer of blue plastic from the adhesive. This will leave a final layer of protective plastic covering the adhesive that will be removed when the screen is connected to the device. First, connect the sensor flex cable connector. Next, connect the display flex cable connector. Next, connect the digitizer flex cable connector. Lastly, reconnect the battery flex cable connector. Place the front panel assembly cable bracket back onto the logic board. Insert the 5 tri-point screws securing the bracket in place. Remember that these screws are different sizes, and placing them into the incorrect location on the logic board can cause irreparable board level damage. Remove the final blue protective plastic piece covering the frame adhesive. Ensure that the adhesive is not lifted during this process. If it is lifted, carefully place back down using the flat end of the plastic spudger. Ensure that the top clips of the screen are properly aligned with the frame. They can be adjusted slightly if they are bent. Insert the top edge of the screen into the frame and press. Carefully run your thumbs down the sides of the screen to press into place. Insert the 2 pentalobe screws on the bottom of the device next to the lightning connector. Power on the device and test. Contact Werx for any questions related to this repair.